Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Nintendo Games and Junk. It's been a while, huh? Today's show is the fourth volume of the Catching Up series. We'll call this a Catching Up Christmas. I wanted to make this little intro sequence to explain a few things about this particular episode. The way it was filmed was that I had a bunch of bags and I just went through them in whatever order I wanted. However, the order presented in the video is in the chronological order of when I purchased the games in the bags. So if you're wondering, hey, why is that bag closed later on in the video after it was already opened? Or, why did you open this one after the other one and then it was closed again later? It's just because I didn't film them in chronological order, but I did shift around the footage to make sure that it actually follows the timeline of when I got the games. And yes, I said shift, not shit. I swear my words a lot, sorry. It's a bad habit. Also, I have changed how I calculate eBay prices. For the older episodes, I would just look through a bunch of random listings and do the average in my head. Later on, I would start using a calculator to average out the prices, which of course provided more accurate results. But from now on, I'm going to use pricecharting.com to list prices. I know that's probably not the most accurate source for prices, but it's much simpler for me, and it does come pretty close to what's listed on eBay. Keep in mind that price charting also calculates prices based on transactions made with their own website marketplace. So it's the combined prices of eBay and the price charting market. For this reason, I changed the text, so instead of saying current eBay price, it just says price charting price. And these are pretty up to date. I actually just checked all of these today before uploading this video, so these are as up to date as I can possibly make them. And that'll better specify where these prices are actually coming from. For games that are missing a box or manual, I just combined the average price for the cartridge, and if it came with a box, I just did cartridge and box. If it came with a manual, I just did cartridge and manual. And that's how I got my final price for these. Alright, enough talk. Let's get right into the video, and yeah, Merry Christmas, everyone. And now we come to this date. Put the date on screen, Jaden editing this. Alright, so now we have some more bags of goodies. So, yeah, let's take a look at them. We have Rygar, complete in the box, for actually, probably not that bad of a price now I think about it. This game probably is decently expensive in the box. But yeah, Rygar, that kind of classic action RPG for the NES. Really early game, but pretty cool one. It's got a nice hang tab box. See, there's the hang tab on there. Yeah, nice to have. It's a pretty cool game. I like it. There we go. We got a couple more NES games. So we have Championship Bowling. So that's a bowling game. Not a bad bowling game. Might actually have some fun playing this some other time. The music is very annoying though, so you probably want to turn out the music and listen to maybe some Yes or something in the background. But yeah, decent bowling game. The only bowling game for NES actually. It's the only bowling game, so it makes it really unique. So to have the one bowling game for the NES, so pretty special. Then we have Platoon with a kind of ripped up. Ooh, yeah, that label is ripped up. I don't think I ever even really noticed that. Christ. Yeah, someone must have really hated this game. But yeah, Platoon, not Splatoon, but Platoon, based on the movie. Also based on the home computer game by Ocean Software. I think Ocean made it. They had a lot of those kind of crummy movie-based games. So, that's that. And there you go. So we have 5 Atari games. There's actually 6 Atari games here, but I had to exchange one, I think, because it didn't work. I think that was Fishing Derby didn't work, so I had to return that and get something else. So there's actually 5 games here. So we have Frogs and Flies, Pressure Cooker, Mousetrap, Sprint Master, and Circus Atari. So all very nice games. The prices are going to be flashing pretty quickly on screen. So if you want to pause to read those, feel free to pause. But they'll go and they'll come and go pretty quick. So pause the screen if you want to see how much I paid for a game and how much it costs on eBay right now. So you can see all information. You can see that all information. God, I am so dumb. Whatever. You know what I mean. You can see all the stuff on the screen. To go alongside this, I have another bag here of stuff from video games, etc. So, there's that. You have, what is this? We got Sonic Mania, which I've been really enjoying. I like this game a lot, actually. I'm not really a big Sonic fan, but this game is a really good Sonic game. Definitely has that classic vibe, really big fan of it. And this is another one where one of the games didn't work. I had to return an Atari game. It was Gorf, which I'm really sad about because I actually really like Gorf. I wish I could have had that one kept. I wish that one actually worked instead of, these kind of crummy games, but whatever. Atlantis, it's probably Magic's best game, but I just don't think they really made any good games, to be honest. And Magic kind of not a very good company for Atari games. But this one, it's alright, Kangaroo is a bit better. It's kind of like a Donkey Kong clone, but it's not bad. It's a solid port for the Atari, and it's cheap, so I'm fine with it. But yeah, I wish that Gorf was the one that worked, but sadly not. I had to return it. But I did, in exchange, get something else. Hold it. There's something else I need to clear up before we continue on. So, the first part of this video actually covers 2 different days. It includes one day where I bought games, which is the part you just saw, and it includes another day where I returned a game and got 2 new ones, and you'll see that in just a little bit. And those games I got on July 29th, 2022. Alright, just want to throw that out there in case there's any confusion. Let's continue on with the video. It was this. River Raid. And this one actually works, believe it or not. So yes, now I have an actual working copy of River Raid, so it's very nice to get that in exchange for it. $6, but for a classic game, I don't really mind paying a little bit more for it. So yeah, River Raid, great game. Happy to have it. And then I think also when I went to Disc Replay, I didn't get any other Atari games. Next time I went to exchange that one Atari game that didn't work, so I instead got Game Builder Garage. So there's that. I haven't played it yet, but it's making your own games sounds pretty cool. So I'm sure it's a fun time. So yeah, in exchange for my one broken Atari game, I got this Switch game. So that's that. Alright, this should be easy to get through. This is just a bunch of stuff that I ordered. And by I ordered, I mean I actually ordered it myself. Yeah, usually I have my mom order things, but this time, since I have a debit card now and a bank account, I can just order things on my own, which I did. So that's really cool. And this is my very first eBay order, just on my own. And it's got some real strong ones here. But there are 5 games in this little bundle, and I'll put prices on screen too as well, but I think I got a pretty good deal on these. So I have Mario Brothers, one I've been looking for a long time now, the 3-screw Mario Brothers, owned by Rice, apparently. Apparently the whole Rice industry owned this game. But yeah, Mario Brothers is my favorite of the Nintendo arcade games. I think it's their best. It's their arcade magnum opus, and I'm really happy to have it. So I got Mario Brothers. We got Capcom game. This is Gold Medal Challenge 92, an Olympic sports game, kind of like in the same vein as track and field. That's pretty cool. I mean, it's not like exciting or anything, but it's nice to have, Just another one of those games as part of the bundle. These are all part of a big bundle of 5 games. So it's a 5-game bundle, and it was like about $40, $45, or $50 around, between 40 and 50 for all of these. So $10 a game. Again, I'll have the exact price on screen, but I don't think I did that bad because some of these games, they go for 40 on their own. Mario Brothers is really expensive on its own, $30 or $40. Ninja Gaiden 2, The Dark Sword of Chaos, pretty cool one. It's Ninja Gaiden, it's classic, iconic series, good to have. These are 2 duplicates, they're not very exciting. This is RBI Baseball. There's no label on it, but I tried it out, it's RBI Baseball. I tested all these games, they all work, so That one's RBI Baseball. Just so you know, just in case you're curious. You can kind of see it says RBI Baseball on there. And it's double dribble. So, you know. Doubles, 2 doubles, but 3 brand new games. And these together, just these 3 alone together would have been like probably $80. Just these 3 together. But actually getting these and those, you know, in the same package for like $50, not bad. Not bad at all. So, there's that taken care of. And we'll set that bag to the side. Alright, what's next? As another little small bonus, I did order a second game, and it's Yoshi's Cookie with the manual. And in very nice condition, I might add. Like, seriously, this looks like it's almost like in mint condition. Very, very clean, very nice condition. And it's a game I really like. I just think it's a fun game, a fun puzzle game. Manual's in great condition, full color. You know, I love full color manuals. So, very pretty. I got a discount on this, I think. I got a $10 discount on this item. So, I'll put the price with the discount on screen and when I bought it. So yeah, I got a little bit of money off of this. So, yeah, it's pretty nice. I got this one for cheap. So, I'm happy to have it. Nice. Alright, now I got 2 big bags. 2 huge bags, because I actually got quite a lot of things. So buckle up, kiddies. Quite a lot of stuff here, actually. Good variety of games. Another complete in box. Not complete in box, but yeah, kind of. This is Golf with the game in box. Now, I had the manual before, which I got from another game. I got another copy of Golf that had the manual, so now I have the game, manual, and box. I have all of them, so very cool to have all those. I'm very happy to have them. I think there might be another NES game here, yeah. Super Off-Road. Not really happy that I paid $10 for it, but I mean, it's not that bad. It's a, you know, fine racing game, I guess. It's got 4-player modes. That's interesting. That's kind of cool. There's also a couple of Super Nintendo games. Kind of rare for me, but I did get some SNES games, including Star Fox.
Wow.
Yep, Star Fox. The Super FX game, and it's one I actually quite like. I haven't played a whole lot of it, but I do like Star Fox, so got that. And Pack Attack,
Wow.
aka Pac-Man Tetris, pretty much. Or Cosmo Gang the Puzzle, with a Pac-Man skin on it. But I like it. I like puzzle games a lot. This is a fun one, so I'm happy to have this one. And we got some Atari games, a couple Atari games. We got Pack Attack by Activision. Pretty quality shooter. And Adventure. Now, this is kind of what really made me upset. Was when I got this copy of Adventure, it was $12. Okay, $12. Don't get overzealous there. This cost me $12. And at the other store I went to after this, they had a copy for like $5. So, I really should have not gotten this, but how was I supposed to know? I mean, come on, I saw it. It's like, well, shit, now I kind of have to get it, because what if the other store didn't have it? I didn't know they'd have it there, so like, it's like, well, I'll buy it. And you know what? For $12, it's not that bad. I mean, this game has a lot of content in it for an Atari game anyway, so it's not so bad. I had no idea, like, oh god, this is gonna be cheaper at the other place? How was I supposed to know that? Like, it's dumb. It's dumb, but whatever. It's not a big deal. So, there's all of those. But the fun doesn't end there, no. We have the other huge bag. We're going through these fast, lads. We have a Switch game here. This is from the other game store. Video games, etc. That was Disc Replay at the mall, the other bag. This is Pac-Man World Repack, which is actually a really good game. I like this one a lot. I'd recommend getting it if you're a fan of Pac-Man, or Pac-Man World, or just 3D platformers in general. pretty solid, pretty cute, pretty fun. I'm still upset they had to change Miss Pac-Man to Pac-Mom, which is just embarrassing, but, you know. And, you know, GCC at games, you know, they can go fuck themselves, you know. Both dog shit. But the game is really good, the gameplay is great. Switch version is perfectly good. So, yeah, I've been having fun with this one. And we also have some Atari 7800 games. Yeah, how about that? They actually had some. They have Hat Trick. Not a very good game, but one for the collection. So yeah, very nice. Not sure what's so super about it. I don't know what makes it a super game cartridge. I mean, geez. It's not that great of a game. But then we have Choplifter. And this is a really good game. Really solid shooter game. We have to shoot down enemy bases and save people. And just, you know, shoot things in the air, on the ground, all that stuff. It's really fun. It's a good port for 7800. I'm happy to have it. Glad to have this one. Good game. So yeah, happy to have some more 7800 games in my collection. Like, geez. I'm waiting to get my hands on more of those. This is an NES AC adapter. I bought it thinking they would give me a SNES AC adapter, but they didn't. This is an NES, not Super Nintendo. They tricked me. They lied to me. And, in fact, the receipt even says... Where does it say? The receipt even says... Look at it. SNES AC adapter. This is for the NES. You lied to me. You tricked me. You bamboozled me. Yeah, whatever. I guess it's nice to have a backup adapter, I guess, in case the other one goes broke. I don't know. But still, I'm kind of mad that they lied to me outright. Oh well. Here's fast food. Yeah, fast food. I was actually looking for this one for a while. It's kind of a, I wouldn't say rare game, but it's not really that common, but happy to have it finally. And by the way, these games all work. I've tested all these. They all work. I think the other games from the other bags, they all work too. So everything's tested and working. So this one is, you know, working condition. It's pretty cool. You know, you eat things, and you know, who doesn't relate to that? Who doesn't like eating things? And now we have kind of an NES speed round. We got Mappy Land. So there you go, Mappy Land. Pretty cool. This is not one I've really seen at a store, so I was like, yeah, I'll buy that. This game is a piece of dog shit, but I bought it anyways, just because I thought it might be fun. World GP, it sucks. Shitty racing game, it's not good. This one's pretty good, though. NES Open Tournament Golf. Basically, like, the original Mario Golf, in a way. It's golf, but with Mario characters. And, yeah, it's not bad. It's pretty good for a golf game, you know, I enjoy. I think it's on Switch Online, so if you want to play it, you can play it there. Renegade, one of the earliest beat-em-up games. Taito published it. That's pretty cool. Not bad, not bad. I'm not really a big fan of the game. I like other beat-em-ups more, but, you know, it's cool to have. It's a cool historical piece, anyways. Tennis, which I've been looking for a while. I finally decided to bite the bullet on this. They had a copy, so I was like, well, fine, I'll buy it. Finally. I wish I could have got it for cheaper, but it's fine. At the end, we have another shady game, kind of Terminator 2 licensed game, but it does have a great Fallen Brothers soundtrack, so you gotta get it for that at least. So there we go. And also, it says manufactured by Acclaim on it too, so it's pretty interesting. Having a game cartridge not actually made by Nintendo, but by Acclaim. So, it's kind of cool to have it just for that, you know. Label's in okay shape. I mean, I've definitely seen worse Acclaim labels, so, yeah, not bad all around. Alright, another weird bonus here. I had recently ordered a Super Nintendo AC adapter so I can play that Super Nintendo over there. The one that's yellow, looks like it has piss on it. So I ordered it for that. It's in like a bag somewhere, so I have it saved. But to get free shipping on my order, I had to have $25 worth of stuff. So I ordered 3 other NES games. So here they are. Nothing special, but, you know, they're alright. All Pro Basketball by Vic Tokai. You know, it's basketball alright. Demon Sword by Taito again, another Taito game. So it's cool to have. You know, build up the Taito collection. And it's probably my favorite game of the lot, Pipe Dream. One of those classic puzzler games where you have to fiddle around with pipes and have them all, make all the green stuff flow through the pipes. And you can see there's the green stuff on the artwork. And fun fact, actually, about not this game, but the company, Bulletproof Software. Apparently their logo was designed by Roger Dean, who did a lot of the Yes album cover arts, which is like really cool to me because I'm a big fan of Yes. It's like, oh shit, the Yes album cover art guy did the logo for Bulletproof Software. So I was like, that's cool. Yeah, very, very interesting little tidbit of information. So yeah, those are some bonus games. Very, very nice. So, this bag has quite the selection of things in it. Gross. That's not what I want. That's from being on the floor for so damn long. Yeah, I know, I'm a mess. My room is just cluttered mess, but take care of that eventually. We have a 3DS game, Mario Kart 7, with not the original case, obviously, but the game is actually here. There it is. And yeah, it's good. I liked what I played of it for a little bit. It's just kind of like a typical Mario Kart. I remember though it kind of hurt my thumb playing it. I don't really know why. Maybe it's because it's on a DS or 3DS. It's like the smaller controls. Doesn't really work well for driving, maybe. I don't know. It was still fun though, and I could play as Daisy, so that's good. I managed to unlock her pretty quickly. And we have another DS game as well. Well, that was 3DS, this is the DS. Pac-Pix, which is a very confusing game when you don't know what you're doing. You have to, I think, draw Pac-Man and, have him eat ghosts and stuff. It's very strange. I didn't really like it that much, but I mean, it's an interesting concept at least. Yeah, 2004. This is a very early DS game. It still has the old Namco logo on it too, before they switched to Bandai Namco. So yeah, very early, but it's neat for what it is. Got some Atari games here. These are some ones I got before but didn't work, but these ones actually do work. Fishing Derby, which is a really fun fishing game. It's really great with 2 players especially. The AI is kind of a bullshit cheater, but, it's good. Again, it's just very basic, but it works, and it plays pretty good and is fun. Sometimes simple is better. And then Street Racer, which is with paddle controllers. I didn't play it with paddles, I just played it by doing nothing when testing it. I just let it sit there. And somehow I actually didn't do that bad for doing absolutely nothing in the game. So that's something. But it does work, it does turn on, it does play. So, there we go. And these both have the instruction manuals. Not that I really want them, because I'm not going for manuals for Atari games, but they're there, which is very nice. We also have a PS1 game. This is Super Sponge, featuring Sponge Rob and Fat Rick. I do enjoy this game, but it is also not it's kind of like a pretty average 2D platformer, but at the same time, 2D platformers on the PS1 are kind of a rarity, so this is nice to have. And the game, it's not bad, it has a nice visual style. I like how it combines 2D and 3D. It looks nice, and the music is good too in this game actually. Really nice soundtrack. And of course, it's SpongeBob, and I like SpongeBob, so nice to have. This is the only SpongeBob PS1 game too. Oh, I forgot I got this. Oh man. This is a GBA game, Konami Collector's Series. I couldn't read that at first. Arcade Advanced. This is actually a nice little collection. So this has a bunch of Konami arcade games on it, and I gotta remember what's on this. I think it's Frogger, definitely Frogger, Time Pilot, Scramble, ER Kung Fu, Gyrus, and Russian Attack. I think that's all that's on there. But yeah, it's a nice little collection. Gyrus alone makes this worth it. Gyrus is probably the best game Konami ever made for arcades. Well, I don't know, that might be It might be an exaggeration, but it is an amazing game. I love that game. And you will see Gyruss again later in this video. Great game, and Frogger's there too, which is, you know, all-time classic. And, yeah. It's a nice little collection. Good for the good little handheld thing to play some Gyruss on the go, which is very nice. And then I did get a 7800 game. This is one-on-one basketball. I think this game is on the NES too, but it was called Jordan vs. Bird one-on-one. Or maybe they're different games, I'm not sure. I think they're the same game, but just this has Julius Dr. J. Irving instead of Michael Jordan. A super game cartridge. I think that literally means nothing. I think that super game thing is just like marketing, you know, flavor text, and actually means nothing. This is not any different from a standard 7800 game. But I could see this game being fun with 2 players. You just kind of, you know, it's one-on-one basketball. It's nothing crazy. But again, it works. And, you know, that's kind of, if you want a basketball game, you don't have many options for 7800. You have this or a basketball, which maybe you should just get basketball instead, actually. Let's just, maybe don't get that one, just go for basketball. And then I think that's it for games, but we do have some lovely manuals here. I love how this store, oh god, yeah, that's filthy. That's from the bag. But this store actually just sells manuals on their own, which is great. And, I got a couple. I got Hogan's Alley, which is nice, because now I have the complete set for Hogan's Alley, cart manual box. Very, very nice. I got Pinball. I love Pinball for NES. So there we go, got that. And this one is a Super Glove Ball, which is also not as nice as the other ones, but still pretty nice. So yeah, again, if you have a game store and you have just a bunch of manuals you don't know what to do with, just please sell them. I will buy your manuals. I'm looking for manuals, please. I will just buy all of them. But wait, there's still some unfinished business. Yep, it's the Pac-Man Tiny Arcade. I forgot to get footage of this earlier, so here it is now. I paid like $25 for this, or $24.99 to be more specific. You know, all that good stuff. And I think I can just open it pretty easily, actually, with one hand. There we go. Let's retrieve it from its plastic prison. Well, not drop in the camera. There we go. And here it is. Oh. Loud. But it does work. So, that's all I really needed to show off that. Yeah, I still wish these things had a volume knob or some kind of volume controls. They're just way too loud. So yeah, it's Pac-Man. I'm sure this game plays okay. Probably plays like the Miss Pac-Man one. Probably pretty similar in that regard. But yeah, this was a $25 purchase, and I'm happy to have it, because now I have both Pac-Man and Miss Pac-Man. So, they're together at last. As they should be. Yeah, take that at games. We have a game I purchased on the internet and had shipped to my household. It is one I've been looking for a very long time, and it's complete in the box, no less. It is Miss Pac-Man by Tengen, or Tengen, however you say their stupid name. But yeah, Miss Pac-Man, this game is amazing, and it's probably one of the best home ports of the game, because it has all the different options, like speed up and different mazes, and 2-player co-op, and all that good shit. You know, the box is kind of falling apart a little bit. I might just have to glue that later on, or tape it or something, but other than that, you know, it's in not terrible shape, and the game itself is golden, because it's Miss Pac-Man. And there are 2 versions of this. This is the one to get. This version of Miss Pac-Man is far, far, far superior to the Namco-developed 1993 release, which is, it's okay, but, like, it's not this. Because this is, like, the fully featured, like, this is the fully decked out, like, dressed up Miss Pac-Man. This is, like, you know, It's like comparing like a cheese pizza to like a pepperoni and like sausage and like onion and all that kind of stuff pizza, or like a plain cheeseburger to like one with like caramelized onions, pickles, ketchup, mustard, all that stuff. Like there's no contest. This is the better one. And the one thing that I actually don't like about this version is the sound. The sound's kind of grating in this one. But that's the only issue I have with this one, is the kind of weak sound. Everything else about it is perfect. And yeah, this is just really just solid stuff. If I remember correctly, this was actually just made by one person. Like, one guy basically programmed the entire game, and they did a great job. So, yeah, there you go. Cool stuff. And now for this bag. So, it looks like there is some stuff in there. Obviously, why would I show it if there wasn't anything in it? So, we got a Super Nintendo game here. This is SimCity. And I don't think I've even tested this one yet. I've tested all these other ones. This one I have not tried out yet, but this is SimCity. Super Nintendo game, kind of one of the first one of the first big simulation games. I had a stroke, sorry. It happens from time to time. So yeah, it's a SimCity for Super Nintendo. This was gonna be for NES, but it got canceled. But that later got found. And the SimCity SNES port, I hear, is pretty good. So I'm looking forward to playing this at some point in the future. I'm gonna assume it still works. I mean, like, it's not like in that bad shape. It looks like it's, there's a little bit of dirt on it, but it's not like the worst condition I've ever seen. Ooh, it's a little bit of a shaky going on though. Like, it's not totally in there all the way. That's kind of strange. I didn't miss anything, did I? No. Okay. Let's knock out the Atari game here. This is Mountain King. Mountain King is kind of like an open world game before open world games even existed. You like jump around to higher levels, collecting treasure, and use a flashlight, I think, to find things. I didn't get very far in it, but it seems very interesting. RAM Plus. Yeah, I can imagine. This game is pretty huge for an Atari game. There's a lot to do if you want to, like, sink your teeth into it and really try to find all the treasures and secrets and whatever else there is in it. I can imagine you spending quite a lot of time here. So yeah, there's that. And then these last three are all NES games. This is Ferrari Grand Prix Challenge. It's basically just pole position, but not. It's like a pole position ripoff. But it plays nice, though. It's not the worst game in the world. It has nice music, which is very good. It has that sort of chiptune sound. I really like that Euro sound. And lots of arpeggios and stuff. Arpeggiated chords. And, that, triangle kick drum that they use. Pretty sure it's a triangle kick drum. It sounds really good. And the game itself it's basically pole position. So if you want a pole position for NES, just get this. It's the same game. Star Force, kind of like Star Soldier before Star Soldier, I think. I think that game ripped off this. But this is pretty simple but fun space shooter. I've been looking for this one for a while. What I would love to get at some point is a 5-screw Star Force, because those are the really rare ones. Those can go for a lot when they show up. So yeah, a 5-screw Star Force would be really neat. Up there with like a 5-screw Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, and like, what else is really rare? That's like 5-screw. I'm trying to think. Jaws is one, definitely Jaws is a big one. There's probably some other ones too that I'm not thinking of really, but those are the three that come to mind first. Trying to get those games 5-screw is really tough, and it'd be nice to have them at some point. Yeah, it's just a fun, simple game. I kind of like Star Soldier more, but this one is still good. And then when we have, whoa, god, my voice is getting froggy. Hold on a second. And then we have our final game for this bag. This is Jeopardy! The Junior Edition, which means I can play it, because it's hundreds of questions for ages 7 and up, and I am 7 years old mentally, so this is perfect for me. Fun foods, Indians, that doesn't age well, really. Dinosaurs, I like dinosaurs. Well, unless we're talking about, like, just, like, people from India, but, like, I don't know. I don't imagine 7-year-olds knowing a whole about... Fucking hell, I'm having a stroke. Fucking hell. I'm out of it. This is the worst video I've ever made. I can't imagine that 7-year-olds know a lot about the world around them, like countries in Asia, and not, you know, places in America. But yeah, there's that. I played this one, and it's, yeah, it's a good little fun, game show, representation. Good, or simulation, whatever. It represents the game show pretty well. There was a math category that I just crushed on here, because that's kind of my strong suit, so I really did that well. The Bible. What if you were raised in a non-religious household and you didn't have the Bible? You'd be shit out of luck there. I didn't read the Bible when I was a kid. I was raised without ever going to church ever. You know, we never did any of that shit. But yeah, this game, it's good production value because Rare made it, so it has good graphics and music, and it plays well. So if you like Jeopardy, and you know, this would be good for the kids too. You know, if you have kids and you want to get them into like Nintendo games, and also kind of teach them some things, this might be a fun game to try out. It's not really educational, but like, I mean, some like the math questions could be kind of educational and helpful for them, like if they're struggling in school or something. You know, it's a nice game, and for me, who's very stupid, it's good for me because it's like baby mode. So there we go. And that's that bag. Alright, we got a bit of a double whammy here. We got two things to show off. This is a Pac-Man complete in box. Actually, I think it's, oh. There's no game in here. I think I put it somewhere else. I know I got it. I must have just misplaced it. But yeah, this is Pac-Man. This is the 10th anniversary re-release that Tengen did. And it's a nice artwork, you know, nice picture on the cover. Definitely, I think this is Greg Martin. It has to be Greg Martin, right? I painted this. You know, it looks good. I like his Pac-Man artwork. It looks very nice. It actually looks like the character, unlike other things. And this is, you know, it's Pac-Man. It's made by Namco. Namco developed this one in Japan, released back in 1984 on the Famicom. And this is the NES version, which was released in this one was 1990. This is the 10-year anniversary. It's got a new fancy box. But it's still basically the same game. You know, it's Pac-Man. Pac-Man's iconic. What else can you say? This game it's incredible. It's really just good stuff all around. Yeah, it's really all I can say about that. It's fucking Pac-Man. And the other thing is also Pac-Man, but it's Hello Kitty crossed with Pac-Man. This is actually one of the more rare Tiny Arcades. I think this is like the third most rare of them all. Because there's also the Miss Pac-Man Galaga, and whatever the fuck the 7-Eleven one is, if that even exists. But yeah, cute art on it, cute little pixel art stuff. And I believe this is actually a port of a mobile game, and I think that mobile game got delisted, so it's kind of nice to have this. It's kind of like a nice archive of that mobile game, with all the little... These are all custom levels, too, unique levels to this game. And yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm not going to turn it on, because I don't want to make noise, but it's cute. It does work. I think it's cosmetic. I think it was $30-something, I believe. So yeah, definitely more expensive than like the typical $20, but it is kind of rare, and for that I think it was worth it. So there you go. There's those two things. Oop. There. And also it's got the weird keychain thing on it, which I don't use, but it's there. So, I didn't get anything crazy for May 20th, but I did get a couple neat things. One of which is this little mini Atari console, which I'm not going to take out right now, but it does actually work, and yes, Pac-Man is included. The weird Atari port that really isn't like Pac-Man at all, but, I mean, god damn it, that one guy tried his best. I think his name was Todd Fry, right? Yeah, he made that one. He did his best with what he could, you know. And it's still pretty neat. Besides this, these are actually all based on the arcade versions of the games, which is pretty interesting. So there's Asteroids, Millipede, Missile Command, Warlords, and Pong. Combat, actually, that is the Atari version, the actual Atari console version. Tempest is the arcade, Centipede's arcade, Breakout's arcade. So yeah, these are all arcade games, and it's kind of neat because these games, it's like having a brand new line of tiny arcades, because they don't have individual cabinets. All these Atari games, which would have been great to have. Like, what the fuck did I do? I turned the flash on accident, I think. Anyways, yeah, it's a shame because it would have been great to have these all as individual machines, like an actual mini Asteroids. That would rule. That would be awesome. Or a mini Centipede or a mini Tempest. Like, that'd be great. But it's still cool that they're all bundled into this one little thing. This little, you can kind of see it looks like an old school TV. There's the antenna. There's the little mini console. Look how cute it is. It's so adorable. With a red cartridge as the power button. And yeah, it's pretty neat. Again, I'm not going to really open it. Maybe I'll show some footage of it later down the line, but you probably can find other people talk about it on YouTube. There's plenty of videos covering this. This thing isn't rare, and I think, I actually don't think I have the receipt for this anymore. Well, I don't price these anyways. There's not really any sense in, doing eBay price checking for these things, but I think it was like $20 or so, or $30 maybe. It's probably 20, I think, but I say it's worth it. It's 10 games, and they're all pretty good, so... And it's cute, you get it for the novelty, and, it's nice, and I enjoy it. And then I got this little fella, this Pac-Man plushie. He's super cute. He's it's like classic Pac-Man, not like the limbed design, like on the side art, but still pretty cool, Figured might as well have both, a limbed Pac-Man plush and a more traditional pie Pac-Man plush. And yeah, it's pretty fun. You can make him open his mouth. You can put stuff in it if you really wanted to. You could put your hand in it. So you can, I don't know, he can bite your fingers down. Oh, he's biting me. But yeah, that's pretty neat. So, yeah, that's that. And I also got a Charleston Chew, but I already ate that a long time ago. So, sadly, no candy to show here. But hey, it's still pretty neat. So, yeah. Alright, for this next one, you guys are in for a real surprise. That's right, records. But what? But you're the video game guy. You do video games. Well, I happen to enjoy other things too besides video games. And just a couple of years back, I really got into just kind of classic stuff in general, like the old 60s, 70s rock and progressive rock especially. And these two can be, they're kind of prog adjacent, you could say. I mean, this is Deep Purple. They started out as a prog band. And I guess we'll do this one first. This is a live album, and live albums are always a treat for me. I really like live albums a lot. This is Deep Purple, obviously. It's not Weep Purple, it's Deep. They wrote the D really weird. And no, it's an E, not a Euro sign. This is made in Japan. Obviously, it was recorded in Japan. So, this is one of their live shows there. Actually, I think it's 2 live shows they spliced together. But this is a great album. It's really, really good stuff. It's a double album. It's got basically the definitive versions of most of their classic stuff. I think most of it's from Machine Head, which is another great album. Highway Star, Lazy, Smoke on the Water, Space Truckin'. Those are all from Machine Head. Child in Time, I think, is from Deep Purple and Rock. The Mule is from Fireball. And I think Strange Kind of Woman was a non-album single. But yeah, just great stuff all around. Lots of improvisation, too. It really kind of is proggy, because they really just take time to stretch out and improvise, make these songs a lot more bigger, more bombastic. Literally, on side 4, Space Truckin' takes up the entire side. It's 19 minutes long. It's crazy what they do here. But I think, honestly, my favorite song on here is their version of Highway Star, because it just kicks ass. It really does. And so does Child in Time. That first side is magic. But all of it's really, really good. And yeah, Space Truckin' is just mind blowing. It's almost kind of like Pink Floyd's Saucer Full of Secrets, like the kind of improvisation they do. It's just really out there. Or I guess more like, it's more kind of like along the lines of Set the Controls for Heart of the Sun, actually. They're really kind of just spacey, just weird ambient noises and just crazy shit. It really reminds me of that early, golden Floyd period that I love so much. The, 67 to 72, that's the good shit. I love that period so much. But yeah, great album. And then the prices, I'm not going to bother price checking these really, because, it's just, they're records. They're not really the same as games for me. I don't really care as much about, pricing them and, collecting them. Really, I'm not trying to go for, a complete set of any band, or, anything like that. No complete sets. For me, I just want to get the stuff I really love. This was $22, and for a double album, it's not half bad, and it's a really great one, too. So there we go. Now this is one that it took me a while to grow on me. It took a while to really kind of appreciate this album, but now I really do love it and consider it a top 10 album of all time. This is Days of Future Past by the Moody Blues. And the Moody Blues, they made a couple good albums in the 60s and 70s. I haven't listened to all of them, but I really I liked In Search of the Lost Chord. That's a good one. I also liked On the Threshold of a Dream. Those two are great. But this first, the first progressive one they made, because they also had their debut, which is more of a blues album, a rhythm and blues album. Denny Lane was in there. Then he left and, formed Wings later on with Paul. Paul of the Beatles, not Paul the three-eyed monkey from Jimmy Neutron. No. But this was when they got progressive. There's an orchestra on here. They have Justin Hayward on here. Just a gorgeous, gorgeous album. It's a concept album. All the songs flow together. It's about, the passing of time. It's something that we can all relate to. It really kind of is one of those human things that anybody can identify with. And it's really beautiful. This cover art too is amazing. This is this is one of my favorite album cover arts. It just is really super psychedelic and has a lot of just little Easter eggs and things to look for. I just noticed this kind of figure. I think it's holding a baby almost. I just noticed this face too. That's something I just noticed looking at this cover right now. It's really kind of one of those things you can get lost in. It's such an amazing cover art. And, the content inside of it it's gold. I love this album. I'm so happy that, it's kind of regarded as a classic. It's kind of maybe fallen in popularity, but I still, obviously Nights in White Satin, that's still a big hit. All the songs are amazing. There's not a bad one on the album. They're all fantastic. And again, just the passing of time, just that kind of concept really speaks to me. I really love it. It's great. And, when I was a kid, I didn't really listen to much music. Well, I listened to video game music a lot, because that didn't have any lyrics, and I didn't really care about lyrics. I kind of got the idea that a lot of just popular music was stupid, love songs, and a lot of it is. But, and not to be pretentious or anything, there's definitely love stuff on here, too. There's definitely some more, you could say sappy stuff, but I don't know. I just love orchestras. It's kind of a soft spot for me. And just the way they fuse it with the rock music, it really is, for its time, this was in 67, this was, really ahead of its time, really kind of ahead of the curve. No other band was really doing this, except for maybe, a couple, Beatles were kind of doing that, Beach Boys did that. But they did it in just such a unique way that no other artist did. And the Mellotron is great on here. It's, on every song. Just, it's kind of one of a kind. And they never quite topped this for me. They never really went back to doing the whole orchestrations with rock music. I mean, maybe they did later on, the 80s or 90s, I don't know. But as far as those classic, I think 7 albums, this is the only one that's orchestrated, and it's really special, and I just really love it. And it's kind of weird. Why do I care about music now? Well, I just happen to, I don't know, just tastes change as you grow older, and I just happen to realize, hey, this stuff that I didn't like for a long time, or just didn't care about, I actually really enjoy, and it kind of just, it's nice to just kind of relax to. It's very peaceful and also very emotional and just great all around. So yeah, I've talked enough. And yeah, that one's amazing too. It kicks ass. I can say that. So yeah, those are the records. And yeah, I know they're not games, but I love them, so I thought I would share them. And there you go. And last but not least, we have the last bag. Very crinkly bag, and it's got some interesting things in it, as you can see. For one thing, there's records. So I got two of my all-time favorites here. We got 90125 by Yes. Kind of an underrated album in my opinion. I mean, well, not really underrated because it sold a ton of copies, but like, I feel like a lot of the die-hard fans, they dismiss it as like, oh, this is a pop album, blah, it's not progressive. But it still is progressive, I think, and the songs are just really, really good. And the sound of this album is really nice. You know, Trevor Horn's production on it is really great. See, there it is, produced by Trevor Horn. And there's a lot of great songs on it. Owner of Lonely Heart is the big hit, but also Hold On, It Can Happen, Changes. Cinema is a great instrumental. Leave It, Our Song, Hearts, all of it's great. Well, City of Love is kind of the weakest link, but they're all still really enjoyable songs. The problem is this record's pretty warped. Yeah. I don't think I've ever seen a warped record like this, and I won't take it out. I don't want to end up fussing with this, but yeah, I'll get a picture of it. It looks not very good. I mean, it still plays, but like, I need to find a way to flatten it so it's not so bendy like it's a freaking tortilla or something. But still nice to have, and it was dirt cheap too, so there we go. And then also, I had to get the Tommy album. It goes between this and Who's Next for me, as what's my favorite Who album. But this or Who's Next is definitely my favorite. Probably still Who's Next is the best one for me, but this one is also amazing. It's like the original rock opera. It's a double album. There's a lot to dive into, a lot of different interesting themes and lyrical concepts and musical motifs that get repeated throughout the songs, making it feel more of like a little bit more theatrical. And yeah, it's just great. You have games too, obviously, and some manuals. I was happy to find these because, you know, I'm always looking for manuals, and these are some pretty choice ones. So we have Donkey Kong Classics, which combines, obviously, the two classic games, Donkey Kong and Donkey Kong Jr. Nice. Excitebike, which has no plastic on it, so I can just look at it like this. It actually goes over the pieces for building your courses. That's kind of cool. Even though these are black and white manuals, they're still kind of like super, not nostalgic, 'cause I didn't grow up with these, but like they are just kind of like a vibe in and of itself. They're just so simple, but, you know. Also, I will say, thank you, Disc Replay, for not making these like super sticky. Like, they peel off really easily. So thank you for doing that, because people who put stickers on these freaking things that just end up ripping up the manual or the box or label of the game, they can all go to hell. They are Satan's kidney stones. I don't know, but yeah. Thank you for not making them super sticky and easy to take off. So that's really appreciated. We got Punch-Out! Punch-Out sans Mike Tyson, but still, it's pretty cool to have. And we also have Rad Racers, so there we go. This one's not a black and, or no, it is black and white rather. I was gonna say it's not in color, but it's kind of still like the same style as the old black box manuals. I mean, Rad Racer basically is a black box game. They just put it in a silver packaging. It's still black box, same style. It's nice to have. Again, manuals are nice. I gotta build up my manual collection because most games I get don't even have them. And then the last couple games, we have Joust, which I finally got. I kind of wish I didn't though, because it was $10. And $10 for a simple arcade game is a little bit much. I mean, I get it if it's like, Arcade Archives, where it's like, a really perfect port with a bunch of options, but this, that's just a no for me, buddy. I don't know about that. Oh, some guy named Mike owned it. But yeah, Joust, it's an arcade classic. I love it, you love it, we all love it. Is it expensive? A bit, yeah, probably, but, it's nice to have. I can't complain too much about it. This one was also $10. This is Zoda's Revenge, Star Tropics 2. The first Star Tropics is great, from what I've played of it. I have never played 2, though, so this will be quite interesting. Also, I believe this is the only game I have in my collection that was actually released in 1994. So this is a very late release. So one of the last games ever to be released. And I think it's the only game I have from that year. That alone makes it pretty interesting, and it's in good condition too. All the stuff I've got has been in really good condition, besides the records, but these are in great shape. And then we have Gyruss. This is the final game of the day for the Atari 2600. Probably one of the best arcade ports for that console. It's really kind of a miracle that this exists, because it's really complete. It has like all the features of the arcade game, all the different waves, and I think even has bonus stages too. And it has the background music, and pretty decent rendition of it too. It's really like, I think that alone is what makes it so special, because like the music is what makes Gyruss so great. One of the things that makes it so great. So the fact that they pulled it off, and they pulled it off pretty well, is really impressive. This is a fairly rare game, so I'm really happy to have it finally. It is a little bit expensive, but I mean, who cares? This game is great. So to further break things up, I have another purchase, a boxed NES game, from my beloved website, Mercari, which has some typically trait trials on Chidio games. No, it's got great deals on games, usually, and this is one I got, Abadox. There it is, Abadox, The Deadly Inner War. Pretty crazy game, kind of like, almost like, not quite gory, but like, just kind of like, I mean, look at that. Like, what the hell is that? It's like a weird fish thing with eyes and spikes coming out of it, and like, blue veins. It's really freaky. It's kind of like, almost, maybe a little bit like R-Type, in a way? Or like Gradius, with those, or no, Life Force actually has the spikes, my bad. But, yeah, pretty neat game, it's another Milton Bradley published title. And yeah, it's pretty cool. I think this was actually made by Natsume, if I remember correctly. I think Natsume, yep, copyright 1989, Natsume. No, I'm pretty sure it's Natsume. Yeah, you'd say the E like eh for Japanese. So yeah, there you go. Pretty cool game, and I think I got it for a pretty good deal too. I had a coupon, so I was like, fuck it, might as well use it for this. I think it was like maybe 10% off or something, or 20% off. I'm not sure, but it was some kind of like nice Mercari coupon, so I was like, well, I'll use it for this. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with it, so there you go. And now for our final bag, and this one is a real winner. I mean, actually a real winner, not even joking. Because they finally had something I was really looking for at Disc Replay for like a long time now. And just out of nowhere, out of the blue, quite literally, they had a whole damn stack of them. And I was my excitement level was through the roof. What can I say? I was, I can't even, oh god, I'm gonna puke. I'm so excited just talking about it. I can't even describe it, but they had Atari 7800 games. Not 2600, 7800. they actually had a whole stack of boxed 7800 games. And I was like, holy shit, they finally have them. Like a whole stack of them. And there was like Dark Chambers and Choplifter and Asteroids and all the Namco games and Robotron and a bunch of stuff. But I got 2. I could have went crazy and got all of them, but I didn't have any money, so it was actually my dad that got these, but he was okay with paying for them. So I just got 2. I got 2 of the cheaper ones, and there were 2 that I didn't have and really wanted to get. So yeah, first was Centipede. This game works a lot better with my joystick, because it's an 8-way stick. It really helps with Centipede. The Pac-Man games are tough with that, because it's like, it's a 4-way. They're 4-way games. You really need a 4-way stick for Pac-Man games, but with an 8-way stick, it's perfect for this. And yeah, it's a really great port, really great game all around. It's a weird screenshot on the back. I guess like a weird TV graphic surrounding it. It's a really solid port, though. Like, this is a fantastic port of Centipede. Probably the best home port of Centipede out there, to be honest. Like, this one is really top shelf stuff. And it's just a lot of fun. I love Centipede. I do like Millipede more. And Millipede had a kick-ass port for the NES. It's really a shame that Millipede never had a 7800 version. It's just really kind of sad. But it is what it is. And I'm happy to have it in the box. And both of these do have the instructions with them, too. They're actually complete. If I can open this here. I never liked these 7800 boxes because it's always, like, such a pain in the ass to get them open. Without, like, destroying them. Jesus Christ. Well, we got it open eventually. But there's instructions in there. Let me go to where they are hiding. There's a cartridge you can see right there. And, yeah, both of these games, they work just fine. They work like a charm. And here's the instructions. They're kind of, like, really crappy ones, though. Like, just the instruction sheets. They really didn't care with these games, with the 7800 library, or just releases, because it's, like, really nasty, like, black and white paper. Like, black, white, red, and pink, I guess. I think it's, like, a fold-out, actually. Yeah. It's, like, not even really in color. It's, like, pink, and then red, and then, like, it's just really cheap stuff. Don't like that. The artwork on it is beautiful, but, you're kind of... If this was in black and white, that'd be a real shame. So there's that one. And then the last one, again, I only got 2, but this one, Ms. Pac-Man. What an icon. What an actual, like, legend of gaming. And yes, this one is also complete with the instructions. I will sniff these out here, as so. That's a warranty card. I know this angle is not the best. There we go. And again, black and white instructions, I just don't. This one's even worse. Like, not as much here. There's the ghosts. Those sprites don't look the same as they do in the game. There's the characters. And then there's all the fruits. Don't even have names. They're just like they don't even know what these things are. Like, what is this? This is like, I don't know. This is like a coconut, maybe? No, this is a coconut. This is like a raspberry. This one looks like a scary face. A bomb. A juice box. What are these things? They don't even know. But still, it's nice. Because Ms. Pac-Man, it is one of my favorite games for the console. It is truly an amazing port. Really just good shit all around. Great game. And it's Ms. Pac-Man, dude. Ms. Pac-Man just kills it. What can I say? Ms. Pac-Man, she's the boss. She's more than Pac-Man with the bow. She is a legend. And I'm happy to have her game for the 7800. And yeah, that'll do it. That's the final bag of this whole thing, I think. Pretty sure it is. And yeah, that's the end of this episode of Catching Up. Really a long one. Like, this really didn't need to take so long. But I figured, with all the stuff I've gotten, might as well just put it all together into one epic video and make it a nice gift to you guys, to my fans. The 2 of you that are out there. My 2 subscribers. That's a nice little Christmas gift. So, to those who actually do watch, I really appreciate it. Not that I'm, like, making money off this or anything. It's just nice having a little community of people to talk with and share stuff. And, I'm happy with how my channel is. It's not really that active. But, I like it that way. It's kind of more reserved. It's more chill, low-key. It's all my views. It's all, personal. Like, I want it to be just me, unfiltered, just myself in my videos. Nothing, no bullshit. This is what it is. It is. I just am me on these. This is how I am. But I really do appreciate it. Any views or likes or whatever. Not that I really care that much, but it's nice, and I do appreciate it. And I just want to say thank you. I figured I'd give something back to you guys by doing a little Christmas special. So I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you next year for more content, whatever that may be. It's going to be a surprise, but hopefully you guys will like it. I'm going to do some different stuff next year involving just some... Well, you'll see. It'll be a surprise. Anyways, see you guys later. Have a Merry Christmas. Goodbye. Happy holidays.